Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Folks, it's Fifth Street Sports. Welcome back. Monday afternoon, Las Vegas, cloudy and windy, but still no place to be other than here. I'm Frank Perez. I will be joined with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick, my two co-hosts here on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, iHeart, American Forces Network, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Guys, we got a big game tonight. Had a choppy weekend, even though our two unders danced home. Brian, let me ask you something. What time does your next interrogation happen over there?
Yeah. I'm waiting. Waiting for the detective to come in and start asking me some tough questions.
Well, I mean, the background of your room looks like the same one that this Will Wade was probably in a few days ago.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Frank, speaking of that, would you be a good cop or a bad cop if you and I were to go investigate someone? Who would you be? Would you be the good guy or the bad cop?
Oh no, I'd be a bi cop. I could go either way, either way you guys want. If you said get in there and be a good cop, get in there and be a bad cop. I've been married 31 years, so I can bob and weave.
All right. You know, I actually missed a good part of the Auburn Virginia game, unfortunately. One of the saddest stories ever. I was probably the only person that didn't see the end of it. My wife bought hedge trimmers and trimmed the cable line to my house.
Yeah.
With about 10 minutes to go in the game. Horrible. Bad beat.
In our industry where there's gambling and betting and everything depends on the internet, that almost sounds like the one when you used to tell your teacher, like my dog ate my homework, you know? Your wife cut the
Pretty
cable
much.
lines, huh? Wow.
Yeah, they're still down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rick, how was your weekend there, buddy?
Oh, it's pretty good here, Frank. The Final Four obviously was good as always, and baseball, getting to be real exciting, and NBA, we're heading towards the playoffs, and even NHL's playoffs start this week too. So, yeah, it's a great time to be a sports fan.
Well, folks, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Will Wade, a lot of interesting stuff. We got a great show. We're going to also talk about how another blown call can cost a team the national championship. Back right after this.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
Bring on the April showers at Lumber Liquidators. We've got you covered with waterproof vinyl plank flooring, all on sale. Like malted oak vinyl plank for only $1.42. And all water-resistant laminate is on sale. Like new Desert Horizon Elm for only $1.79. Or refresh your home this spring with best-selling hardwood floors on sale. Do it yourself or have it installed for you. Plus, get special financing. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
We're back, folks. Fifth Street Sports here on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and myself, Frank Perez. We got a great show. Got to ask you guys a question. I just seen the headlines. Okay, this guy that's got $1,500 to win $300,000 on Texas Tech. I actually believe that buyout for $125,000 is a very fair deal for this guy. What do you guys think?
Oh, tell me about the story. I'm not familiar with it.
Well, this guy puts down what is it, Rick? He put down $1,500 at 200 to 1 on Texas Tech at the Westgate, and
before the season started, right? Or I think the first week. Yep.
This company ProSwap, who buys futures,
PropSwap.
Yeah, ProSwap actually will buy future tickets from you. They actually said, "Oh, we'll buy your ticket for $125,000." I think it's very fair because isn't Virginia like $1.25, $1.20 today?
Yeah, well, the way it is, it puts it up there. Then you're the seller. Then it'll people can buy it from you. So they're just like the middleman. Maybe they'll take a small commission. But Des Bryant actually had the leading offer to buy the ticket before the Final Four. He had it up for, I believe it was, I think it was $65,000, and I think Bryant offered $50,000, and he wouldn't take it. Someone else offered then $57,500. He wouldn't take it, so he just kept it and. Yeah, now he's riding to the final. So $1,500 to win $300,000, and he took it off. He said he's just going to ride with it. He's got a couple small Virginia futures too, so he's got a little bit hedged. I think he bet some more Virginia too, but he still has a massive play on Texas Tech tonight.
But it all depends on obviously if that were my ticket right now. Depending on your own situation, I would be buying some off or I'd be selling some back. But remember now, if you buy it it's a good deal for you too because you just invested $125 to win $175. So it's like you're getting Texas Tech plus 140. But it's kind of like have you guys ever seen Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel?
Sure.
Okay, so let's say that they, and I always thought about this. Let's say that they pick you guys, and you're up there, and you're all excited, and you're down to 2 suitcases. One of them has $1, and the other one has $500,000. Now they do that whole jerk job where they go up there for the drama, calling the guy up there. Oh, what's your offer? So now you're up there. Now fair odds would be $500,000 because there's only you're a 1 to 2, right? So what if the guy says, well, I'll offer you $325,000. What would you do?
Of course, you take it. You're saying $325,000. You have a choice between either. So the middle would be $250,000. So you're getting $325,000.
No, because now if the guy offered you $500,000, he would be giving you fair value on your 2 suitcases. But if you say no deal, you could walk away out of there with $1 or $1 million. So he can cheat you. He can cheat you because he can say, "I'll give you $325,000. What do you want to do?" You would probably be forced to take the $325,000 unless you were a gambler.
Yeah, right.
Do you mean $225,000?
No, $325,000. Let's say on Deal or No Deal, there was 2 suitcases left. One had $1 and one had $1 million. So now they call upstairs to the guy, that phony guy on the phone who says, "Oh, they offered you the guy that offers you a deal." And the guy offered you $325,000. He's flat out cheating you because it should be $500,000, right? But what do you do? I mean, unless you're a gambler,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you're right. That's a. So now let me ask you: in the case of the Westgate, yeah, I'm guessing they can't negotiate. Like if the guy were to come in there and basically say, "I have this ticket that pays $300K. I risked 1,500. Can we make a deal?" Couldn't they? Can they actually make him that deal, or is there something that would in their gambling license that would prevent them from doing that?
I think there's somebody in their gaming license that would prevent them, even if they tweaked the line down, where they said, "Okay, listen, we're going to essentially give you Virginia at minus 118 for a certain amount." The money has to be posted. They can't.
Yeah,
just,
I think you're right.
So yeah,
the
that's
money-
what they do.
The
They just make
equivalent.
it,
right? So
Yeah.
let's say you were this guy and you were on a trip to Vegas and you bet your 1,500 to win 300,000, and then you rode it all the way to the finals right now, and then you went around to your buddies, you maxed out your credit card, you can only get together like $47,000 to lay off on. Would you take this 125 from ProSwap?
I would do interactive with it.
No. Let's say that like even interactive, like you looked at all your credit available and it was maxed out at like 30.
Oh yeah. Man, it's a good problem to have. I don't know how I would handle that. I guess I would probably find a way to get down on whatever I needed to. But that's the difference between us, and I'm sure we could find a way to do that. I don't know who this guy is, who he knows. Hopefully he's just pulling for tech. That's the right thing to do.
Well, you always got the G light on, but I'm saying is like if the guy really wanted to take it down, see, like too bad he doesn't have Virginia, because then he could really get himself a little bit of a middle, take tech +2.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
It all comes down to cojones. You know what I mean? It all comes down to what kind of
It
sacks
does.
you got.
Yep.
But so Brian, now what's this quote from Diego, that football player? Can how's your Spanish? Can you pronounce that?
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you decide if you want to read that out loud, and then while you're at it, you can give us the translation.
Well, I can give you the perfect translation. Is that there was only two go-to phases that these Spanish players use when they drop the ball, and that was one of them. But Andrew, if I repeat this in Spanish, is that okay for radio?
I don't know, but I wouldn't try it.
Okay, because the translation, the gentle translation in English is for radio purposes. I crap on your prostitute mother. Okay, but that's gentle.
Probably not a good idea to say it.
But that's gentle. That's what he said to the referee, right? No. So what happened to this guy, Brian, after he told the ref that?
Is there? You're saying there's a rule against that? I can't see why there would be a problem with that.
Wait a second.
He had to leave the game at that point.
Wait a second. You're a referee, and you give a guy a yellow card, and he comes up and says that to your face. Do you think he's headed for the showers?
I think there's a good chance he's got a shower coming very soon. Yeah.
Okay, and remember, I gently translated that. Okay, I used. There would have been 3 bleeps. There would have been 3 bleeps on a perfect translation there. So.
Yeah.
Well, here's the main thing. What was the call? Was the guy right? I mean, why would he get so furious?
That's probably a question for Andrew, because since I don't really follow soccer, I only pay attention when something like this happens. I'm not sure what the actual call that was missed or not missed was about.
Oh, okay. Rick, today you got a day off in the NBA, buddy.
Yeah, did you see that schedule last night? Every team played but 2. It's 14 games yesterday, and tomorrow and Wednesday are going to be really big schedules too, because most teams have 2 games left. But the playoffs are starting to clear up now. We know all playoff teams except for the last playoff team in the East. Detroit holds a 1-game lead over Charlotte and the Heat. So Detroit has their own destiny. So they play at home against Memphis and at the Knicks. They win both those games, they're in. If they lose one, then Charlotte has to win both, and then Charlotte would be in. So most likely it'll be Detroit. But boy, I mean, when you look at those final three Eastern Conference playoff teams, being Orlando, Brooklyn, and Detroit, between the three of them, will any of them win a game? They'll probably combine between the three win a total of one game, because they're going to play Milwaukee, Toronto, and Philadelphia. So yeah, they'll probably. What would you make the total on number of games won between those three teams in the playoffs? Would it be like 1.5 over minus a quarter, 2.5 under minus 30? I really, that would be a great bet, because I would like the under. If you can get a decent juice on under 1.5, or especially 2.5.
Well, is the first series best of 5?
No. So they're all 7 games. So
yeah, they play it out in the NBA. Unlike baseball. That's the craziest thing in sports. Hey, when we come back from the commercial, Rick, I want you to look at the standings. Tell me if there's any teams in the NBA that actually have a incentive to tank for a more favorable matchup the first round.
When we come back, Rick, you're on deck, buddy. Fifth Street Sports, back after this.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
All right, folks, it's Fifth Street Sports. We're back. Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. Frank Perez, Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian. Rick, Brian asked you a question just before we went to break, and you had 3 minutes to think about it, buddy. So what do you got for us?
Well, in the Eastern Conference, there's no taking situations going on because, the seeds are all set. No one wants to play a higher seed. And then, of course, with the 8th seed, you're just trying to get in. Brooklyn, Orlando tied for 6th and 7th spots. but obviously you want to try to finish as high as you could. You prefer to play play Philadelphia than Toronto. As of the West, it's kind of an interesting situation. Normally, you actually probably would find yourself in a situation you might try to tank if you could be like OKC and go from 6 to 7. But Denver themselves, they're almost tanking, and it's a really odd situation. They've been fighting with Golden State all year long for home court in the West. Denver had the lead most of the year. Golden State overtook them recently, and now Golden State's pulled away, and they've clinched the Western Conference home court. But Denver's been slipping, and now all of a sudden, Houston's only a half game behind Denver for the 2 spot. And Denver rested all their players last night. Very odd situation. They basically gave up before the game even started. Denver's almost like saying, we know we're going to play Houston the second round anyway, assuming they win the first round. We don't care if we get home court or not, and I don't understand that. But realistically, I don't think they're going to have much of a shot at beating Houston, regardless of who is home court or not. But I would say if like Oklahoma City can find a way to slip from 6 to 7, they're only a half game up. But 7 and 8 are tied right now too. So between those 3 teams, anyone could finish 6, 7, 8. OKC, San Antonio, and the Clippers. But you really can't choose your 2 or 3 or 6 or 7 because we don't know if Denver's going to finish second or third at this point. So at this point, you just want to keep winning and hope for the best and just try to get yourself the highest seed possible. Of course, you want to do everything you could to avoid finishing 8th and playing Golden State in the first round, but someone unfortunately is going to have to suffer that fate, and we'll find out on Wednesday. Will it be Oklahoma City, San Antonio, or the Clippers?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings as we speak. You're right. If you're the Thunder and you try to tank, you might end up with the 8th spot, and before you know it, you're facing Golden State. So maybe after tomorrow night's games, maybe there'll be a little bit of clarity there. But yeah, I can see why you'd rather play the Nuggets as opposed to the Rockets. But there's no way of engineering that fate at this point.
So do you guys think, okay, because they play according to seed, like 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7. Do you think that that the trick here in the West is stay away from Golden State as long as possible, because as many more games get played, there's better chances of injury. Curry could get hurt, Durant could get hurt if you got to play them later in the rounds. So do you think that like number 8, everybody's looking at like whoever finishes 8th and they say like, oh, sorry guys, you're the sacrificial lamb here in the first round?
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt. Yeah, that's the if you're playing musical chairs, that's the guy without the chair. The 8th seed.
That's right. So and then like
ain't no doubt about that.
And then obviously as long as you can avoid them, you have a better chance at going forward, which means more money. And the longer Golden State is in until you have to face them, the better chance you might get an injured Golden State if you're lucky,
Good luck with that. You get the 8th seed, you're pretty much done. So let me ask you a question about college basketball, unless you got some more NBA.
The one thing I was going to say before we finish this is I'm really, if I'm Golden State and anyone else in the West, I'm really afraid of Houston. Houston's by far the hottest team now in the NBA. They've won 6 in a row, but they've won, I think, 21 of 24. They're just on fire. They're not just winning games either. They're winning games, by 20, 30, 35 points. I think this might be the year that Houston dethrones them. They almost did it last year, and the way they're playing now, heading into the playoffs, it's going to, most barring miracle, they're going to end up playing for the Western Conference Finals, and it's going to be such an incredible series. I can't wait to see it. But as long as they don't have any injuries, I think Houston might take them down. And I really wonder what the series price would be if they do play.
Interesting, but I've got a bet, and I don't know if I'm going to win it or not. It's with my nephew, who's a real rebel homer. I may have to get dressed up and paint myself rebel red and everything out at a couple of the games if I lose this. I actually took his bet. He wanted over 47.5 with Oklahoma City. I took the under. They're at 46 right now. You think there's any way I can avoid embarrassing myself at my college here?
It's a great question. What does the Thunder schedule look like the last 2 days?
I don't know. They've been getting so close that I've been fearing this. I thought I had it locked up, but now if they win 2 in a row, I'm going to have to actually get out there like in rebel red with a painted face and everything.
Well, I think I have bad news for you, Frank. They actually have 47 wins.
Oh no!
Which here's the final two games are home against Houston. That's going to be a tough one because Houston, we know, is going for that 2 seed. So I don't think they're going to win that game. But they finish the season. Final game is at Milwaukee, and that'll be a game where Milwaukee 1,000% rests all their players. There will be no Antetokounmpo, no Brogdon. Well, he's already injured, no Bledsoe, no Middleton. They'll be sitting Brooke Lopez's of the world. They'll be playing like basically an NBA D-League roster. So I think you'll get. I think they're going to win that game.
Thank you. Right. Sure. So now, what about this Nike thing they got? Do you think they were actually paying Zion's mom there for consulting services?
Is that a joke? Yeah, they were paying her. I don't think there's any doubt. The question is, does anybody care at this point? Yeah, she was 100% paid, and it's funny. We've been following this for a long time. Go all the way back to last summer in the Adidas trial. We have wire recordings of Zion's stepfather on tape, basically, asking if Kansas can match some kind of offer they had already. I mean, there's no doubt they were getting paid. I think they were probably getting paid from both Nike and Adidas, to be honest.
Well, and then and there's no amount, right? Like we have no figure on what this lady actually earned for consulting, right?
I want to say Avenatti actually mentioned that specific item, over the weekend. But yeah, you can pretty much feel confident that it's in the 6 figures. So
this college gate that we're going through right now, right? Do you think that there is going to be some John Deans? Are there going to be some flippers in this thing in College Gate?
Oh, well, we already have. When you say flippers, do you mean coaches that are cooperating with the Justice Department? Because we have that.
Anybody that, like John Dean said, don't you remember during the Watergate trials, John Dean and everybody?
No.
Well, I do. I know that John Dean and everybody flipped on Nixon, and it was, quote, to save their own skin. So do you think there's some guys here that are going to be just trying to save their own skin?
Of course. It's already happened. It's already happened, and it's already happening. Now, the interesting thing with Sean Miller and Will Wade is the federal government filed a motion on Friday to actually make it so these guys can't testify in this trial coming up this summer, because what they're fearful of is the defense for this, for the guy that's accused, is going to essentially try to bring all of these college coaches up, put them on the stand, and basically make this into a giant referendum on the amateurism of NCAA basketball, and try to, just basically draw the attention away from the what's actually on trial in this case, and essentially put college basketball on trial. And we shall see. This actually might end up opening a door where Will Wade returns to LSU next year. It seems slim, but it's better chance than it was 48 hours ago.
Gosh, 40! It seems almost inconceivable. Now, do you guys watch Game of Thrones at all?
I haven't yet. It's on my bucket list.
It's on your the last.
Don't give away anything, please.
I think the last season.
Use a different analogy.
No, but okay, no, but like the last season is being is starting, and they were actually taking wagers on who would end up on the Iron Throne, and I had some really, really good angles. Everybody thinks it's Daenerys Targaryen or Jon Snow.
I haven't seen the show, so why are you going to do that? I haven't seen any of the 7 seasons, so don't use a different analogy if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. So you don't see Game of Thrones. Okay, well, I can't use the Cosa Nostra because all those guys flipped on each other. We know that. So I guess it comes down to when you're doing stuff illegally or wrong or something, you better know who you're doing it with, because chances are you're going to get thrown under the bus, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think that. I think that the testimony will come out at some point. It's just not clear if it's going to happen in this trial. There's no evidence that Will Wade or Sean Miller are cooperating, but there have been a ton of other people that have been implicated in this, in this saga that have flipped up until this point. So yeah, the government's got a ton of cooperating witnesses.
Yeah, but I think even if he doesn't get convicted or have to go to trial, I think just with the damage done, there's no chance he's going to be coaching at LSU. I think, you know what I mean?
That's probably the safe bet. I would agree with that.
Right? You would agree with that? So you guys, we got a big, so I guess it's going to, in 25 seconds, we got to take a break, and it's talk you can bet on. Rick, boy, you guys really better have some in-depth breakdowns because we got to eat up about 15 minutes, and we got no NBA. So obviously, folks, we got a good show. We'll be back. Talk you can bet on. Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian, myself, Frank Perez. We're going to be breaking down this championship game tonight. Big surprise on who we're taking. So we'll be back after this break.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 4422 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 4422. Code 4422. Enjoy!
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. We are back on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. I got a bookmaking question for you guys. I just thought about it during the break. If you guys had a huge offshore book, and this game is so, I think this market is very efficient. Would you guys take as much on this game tonight on the side as you would a Super Bowl?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. So what do you think in terms of the profile of players betting this game? Do you think it's similar profile to a Super Bowl?
Gosh, Rick, I don't know, but I mean, with this game at 1.5, no injuries, nothing crazy. You know how they always say, oh, you can beat college basketball and NFL's tougher and everything. So, okay, it gets down to a Super Bowl. Would you trust the efficiency of this market in this one single college basketball game? Like if a big bettor came at you with a side here in college basketball, would you fear him more than if he did in the Super Bowl?
No,
that's a good question.
I don't think so. I think this is as efficient market as you'll get, and no, I mean, depending on how big pockets I had as a bookie, I would allow him the same limits as he would get in the Super Bowl.
I probably would agree with that. Although, do you worry? I don't say worry, but do you think that the perceived lack of scoring in this game is going to turn away a lot of recreational fans from watching the game?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, I kind of think of this as one of the most exciting matchups. I guess the one I keep thinking back to, this game reminds me a lot of that Butler-Duke game from like 10 years ago in terms of the anticipation. I mean, this is one of the most anticipated finals. Well, of course, I'm a Tech fan, but, I actually grew up a Virginia fan. I don't know if you know that about me. As a kid, I was my two favorite teams were Virginia and Texas Tech. So kind of a weird deal for me. But I guess I'm biased, but I think this is one of the most exciting finals matchups. I love the fact that it's two defensive teams.
Wait. Hang on, Brian. We're being interrupted by a soccer guy.
Hey, actually, that was a really interesting point you guys made about perceived lack of scoring. Maybe you turn off the recreational players, recreational viewers, people in the game. But I don't think recreational fans really are going to know that there's a perceived lack of scoring because they're recreational. Good
point. Yeah, good point. Well, okay, so Nick, I would consider you to be kind of a half basketball fan. It's not something you watch every day.
No, he's a lack of scoring fan. I know that.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Does the lack of scoring excite you, Nick?
Well, no. I mean, look, you can have a low scoring game. It can be very exciting. But you're talking about differences in sports, and in basketball, I mean, a low scoring game, you've either got two teams that can't sink a basket and can't make their shots, or two teams that are playing some great defensive basketball. I'd suggest if they're playing great defensive basketball, that's pretty exciting. If they're just missing every shot they make, that's probably not very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, like, you got to take this from where it's coming from. This is a guy that a 2-0 game is an open ram and jam kind of game. If a game ends 2-0, so he's a 1-0 fan. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, Frank, you know what? You can talk all you want, but if you're happy with the sport that takes 5 hours to play a 40-minute game, God bless you. All right, more power to you.
Okay. He loves that. He loves the way his one thing that he always chirps about in soccer is the ball's always moving. The ball's always moving. I said, yeah, it is. Right in the middle of the field, playing kickball to each other.
I saw a game once where I forget it was in Denver or something like that, but the team comes out and it was 3 downs, then they punted, right? I mean, there was nothing. It was like the first play of the game. And then they run back to the sideline and the guy gets on the treadmill and the quarterback's sucking down oxygen from a mask. And I'm thinking, what did you do? You were out there for what? 3.5 minutes. The ball moved for 12 seconds.
Yeah, but they were probably playing in 47 degrees below with a wind chill factor in Cincinnati.
Don't make assumptions, Frank.
Not
true.
Well, anyways, yeah. So you guys, it's a big game tonight. Nick, we appreciate the great comments, buddy. Appreciate that. Guys, let me ask you something, Brian. Over here at Stations, they have a teaser. See if this would even be remarkably fit into your thing. It's a 6-point college basketball teaser, -130. Doesn't it seem like
I can already tell I wouldn't like it.
So Texas Tech plus 7.5 and under 224.5 wouldn't work for you? I mean, under 124.5. 124.
Okay, yeah, because I'm all over 224.5.
Yeah, 124.5.
I mean, everything I've read tells me that teasers in college basketball are bad.
No, we know that. But this is a game where it's 1.5. We know it's coming down to the wire. The total's 118, let's say. Doesn't 6 points on both things there seem to really be huge in a game like this?
What does it pay? Yeah, what's the payoff on that?
Minus $1.30. But
I mean, man.
I mean, it's not like Manhattan against Canisius in the middle of the year. This is like 1.5. I mean, it just seems.
Yeah.
Gosh. But okay, just with that side, I won't do it.
I'll say now, it does sound appealing.
If you could have done an open teaser in the Final Four and taken, say Auburn or Texas Tech, from 4.5 or 5.5 to 11.5, or Texas Tech from 2 to 8, and then left open for this game, then yeah, I think that's actually a good deal. But to have to use it on a total, I don't think you could ever make a good argument for that.
No good. Well, you guys, it's a big day today. I'm only going to give you one baseball play. I like the Cardinals at home, more or less pick them against the Dodgers. That's going to be my only MLB play. What do you guys got? Let's see if we can't make these folks some money today.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a short segment. I like under and first half under. How's that?
What is the first half under?
I think it's 54.
Wow.
You might be able to get a 54.5. But I think 54 is pretty much what you're shooting for at this point.
So under, and side.
I think you'll get 54.5.
Side, you would lean what? Side, I know you would lean Tech. Does that have any homer in you, or do you really like them?
Actually, no. Yeah. Well, first of all, there probably is, but objectively speaking, I mean, if I was going to be completely honest, they are the best team in basketball over the last, 2 or 3 weeks. Since this tournament started, they're clearly the best team in the tournament. Virginia should have lost 2 games. I mean, they really, really got a miracle in 2 games to survive. The Purdue game, they had no business winning. And, of course, Auburn, they get bailed out again. I mean, how many points were they down at halftime against the 16 seed in the first game?
They were down 8 at the half, but they were also down, I believe, like 14 a few minutes before that. So they had to make a run just to be down 8 at the half against Gardner-Webb.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is clearly not a dominant Virginia team. They've gotten every break along the way, and there's some people that would argue that you should have put them away when you had a chance. That you let a good team like that survive, and they're going to make you pay for it. But honestly, I think that objectively speaking, I think Tech is the better team right now, and that's certainly the side I'd be betting.
Rick, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, everything Brian says, I agree with. We've talked about this game, since even before the Final Four. We were talking about if these two teams were to win, how much we'd love the under in this game. What would the total be? We were guessing right around 118, 119, saying that really seems way high. As crazy as it sounds. If this were just a regular season game with 2 no-name teams with the same rosters, say these guys all played, like you said, for Canisius and Manhattan, I think the totals would be sitting around 111. But because we're talking about Texas Tech and Virginia, this is the NCAA tournament national championship, the line's going to be artificially high. I love the under here. I love all aspects of it. I love first half under. If you're able to get like a first 10-minute under, bet that, any kind of props under, I would be all over that. I realistically could see this game finishing in the 40s. And I'm not saying I think it will, but I could see it finishing like 48, 47, 49, 47, something like that. I think it'll probably finish in the 52, 51 type range, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if it finished in the 40s. And as crazy as it sounds, you never know, especially the way, you saw the Virginia Tech NC State game this year. It's not out of the realm of possibility for one of these teams to not even hit 40 and see like a 44-39 type final. So I think the two best defensive teams in basketball by far. Both teams are so meticulous, deliberate. No one's going to be running. No one's going to be trying, especially Virginia. They're not going to be going for any kind of offensive rebounds. They're just going to, go back right away as soon as the shot's taken. So there'll be no fast break points. All shots should be coming within 5 seconds of the shot clock going off. There's going to be a lot of shot clock violations. The only way I think this game has a chance to go over if somehow both teams end up getting in the bonus real early in both halves, and that really doesn't even seem possible the way these teams play. You probably won't see teams in the bonus
or overtime. Or overtime, maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, yeah. Overtime, yes. You can't factor overtime into the equation.
Yeah.
It's overtime.
Hey, but Brian, like this morning, I took all my liquid vitamins and I opened up some of the dark recesses of my mind. Memories came back, and this is a little bit morbid, but in our industry, okay, we have certain games. Everybody, they always remember where were you on this date during 9/11, stuff like that. But you mentioned the Duke Butler game. That's the famous shrink game.
I know you're going to go
the same
with
thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boy,
I didn't want to say it, but that was the first thing that I think of when I think of that game.
I thought of it too. Yeah.
You did, because you mentioned that game, and I said, boy, I don't want to be a sour note or morbid, but that game, I always remember the shrink after that game.
Yeah, how can you not?
Did you ever meet him?
Really tragic.
Did you ever meet him?
Yeah. I went out with him here a bunch of times and all of that, and
we had no idea. Obviously, when we were watching it, that it would. That's just depressing to think about that, and triple suicide afterwards.
Well, wait, double it.
No,
are you talking about the dogs too?
Yeah, you got to count the dogs. You got to count the dogs.
There was 3 there.
And
4, I guess, because both dogs were killed. So.
It's amazing because I was doing business with him and his partner Terry in Virginia, who lived down the street from him, and he confirmed it all went down. But it was a very weird set of events, just a very weird set of events. But that game is the one, I remember that game. It was kind of a very sad game, afterwards.
Yeah. Although an exciting game while it was taking place. I would say this. Okay, first of all, I agree with everything you said, Rick, and I think that the rims are very tight in this, in the stadium. From everything I've heard from players and coaches, the shooting angles, like the visuals, the backdrop is really, really poor. The seats behind the baskets go back like 60, 70 yards. Supposedly, it's just a very, very tough place to shoot in. So maybe it gets better after they've had a game under their belt. But I think the one edge that Virginia might think they have on Tech is ball handling, right? Tech hasn't really had a dominant point guard during this tournament. It's been kind of point guard by committee. I wonder if Virginia comes out with a little bit of full court or half court pressure and tries to make Tech, struggle with the ball handling.
Hey, when we come back, Rick, why don't you follow up on that? We got to take a break, you guys. Fifth Street Sports will be back right after this timeout.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Okay, guys, Fifth Street Sports talk you can bet on. The boys really agree and love the under in all facets of this game. So there we go. Tonight it's under 118, first half and game. Andrew, you had something from Fifth Street Social you wanted to pull up real quick?
Yeah, there were a couple messages. Normally, we are streaming live through Facebook and YouTube, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. Today we got a couple messages in from our Facebook live stream. One of them comes in by a gentleman named Vin Rue. He says, you guys should discuss 3% compounding money management strategy. And then, and he mentions an article. And the next one comes from Daniel Wages. He says, hey, guys, good luck on this game.
Well, really quick, I know we don't have a lot of time. We could maybe bring this in tomorrow, even though I think we got Chip with us. 3%. Now, you guys are aware of, like, in interest rates and everything, the rule of 72, right? Oh, did we lose it, though? We lost the boys? They're there?
No, I'm here. I just don't know the rule.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, you know it, right, Rick?
No.
Okay, it's the rule of 72. You take whatever interest rate is and you divide it into 72, and that's how many years it takes for your money to double. For instance, if the interest rate is 9%, your money will double in 8 years. If it's 6%, your money will double in 12 years. That's the rule of 72. That's banking finance. So I don't know where this guy's coming up with this 3% compounding betting source angle.
We'll have to research that. Yeah, we got a topic for tomorrow, but that is awesome. I thought we were having one of our most mediocre shows, and then you just came through with the rule of 72. Now, that's pretty awesome. That's one of the coolest things I've heard of, rule of 72.
Yeah, that's like, don't you remember when you were like 21 years old and they offered you a 401k and they said, oh, get in now because you need those compounding periods, and if you're getting like 8% on your money, you'll have more chances to double. Well, if you're getting 8% on your money, your money's going to double every 9 years. So if you start at 21, it's going to double at 30, 39, 48, 57, 6. You can see how it expands. But I'm going to research this 3% thing, you guys, from the bettingsource.com. Andrew's giving me the green the guys, we got to go. Great show. Thank you. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 5th Street Sports.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
outgoing Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen